folks, Stan Baker with Hunt the Rackett. Here we are at the 2018 State New Mexico Trap Shoot. And I want to tell you something, we got here Tuesday on the 22nd to shoot the prelims. Jeff Nostrom, you guys all know him. We're traveling around trying to get points here around the country. I'm in the vet division, Jeff's in the open division. And we hit kind of a little snag, if you will, on the first shoot. We both managed to be in carryovers in the singles. We're not going to talk about our scores.
No.
Are we?
No, we shot better than the scores were posted, I'll tell you that.
Anyway, we were shooting at a 40-mile-an-hour wind. So you're going to get those kind of days. But we managed to be in a shoot-off in singles. And I think I took a second in handicap. So we started out pretty good. But today, we're in the third day. Now, the next day, on the 23rd, we had 48-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, it was gusty yesterday.
And we shot singles, handicap, and doubles.
Yep. And
we won't talk about those scores because they were pretty low. Overall, it was very sporting. But we're having a great time out here, and we've met a lot of nice people. We're going to have some interviews with the Dalton brothers. You can't talk about trap in New Mexico without talking about the Dalton boys. And our good friend Randy, and I'm not going to even begin to talk about his last name because I cannot pronounce it. I'm going to have him do it. We shoot together. He's from New Mexico. Randy and the Dalton Gang, they shoot together in their own squad. And man, I got to tell you, they tear it up. So anyway, I want you to stay tuned. We're going to have their interviews. Right now, what I want to do is talk to Jeff about windy conditions and how you deal with maybe faulty mics or slow mics that are delayed. What do you think, my friend? How do you approach that?
You know, this whole week down here has just been super sporty with the wind and everything else, but had a little bit of equipment issues. The biggest thing is be patient, reset, have a good pre-shot routine, and start over again. I've seen more lost targets just being lost because people weren't taking the time to reset, or they get impatient because it's the third call. For me, that's one of my biggest things. Just slow down and reset, have a good pre-shot routine, and start over if need be. It's your target, it's your time. Use it and take advantage of it. Unfortunately, the wind, it's a great equalizer. It's definitely brought everybody's scores down, and I'm not an average chaser, but I sure hate to see it go down. And the one big thing is it can start to get in your head for sure, and let things unravel really quickly.
And we're going to talk a lot about that. I mean, there are some people who won't shoot in elements because they don't want to bring their average down. And we don't do that. We shoot to, win. We want to be competitive. We don't care if it's the wind's going 40 miles an hour and it's raining or whatever. We'll get more into that with the Dalton brothers, or the Dalton boys. There's actually Corey and Britt. Corey is the father, and Britt is the son. So I think you'll really enjoy that. But I think the key thing when you have wind and you have maybe slow mics that are delayed, you want to stay on that house and let that bird clear before you go to it. And what I found myself doing was I was sneaking a little bit. I started moving that gun early, and once you do that, you have a tendency to chase it, and it results in a lost bird. But stay tuned now, because we're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of interviews at the New Mexico 2018 State Shoot.
Sweet though, sweet chariots coming for to carry me home. Sweet low, sweet chariots coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see coming for to carry me home? A band of angels are coming after me, coming for to carry me home.
Hey folks, Dan Baker with Hunter Rackett. We were wandering around here in the New Mexico State Shoot, and I ran into Carson Halt.
Yes, sir.
And Carson is top-notch shooter. He won the doubles yesterday.
Yes, sir.
The doubles championship. Very nice young man. Where are you from in New Mexico?
Lovington, southeastern New Mexico.
Lovington, New Mexico.
Yes, sir.
And so I really appreciate your time, you know,
Sure.
and that you're taking with us. I would like to ask you, if for our audience, what you think is the most important ingredients for shooting good doubles.
Mainly your timing is a big thing.
Timing?
Setup is my big thing.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And footwork, you find footwork.
Sometimes footwork, but mainly just timing and setup
Timing.
is the biggest thing for me.
Do you shoot a lot of doubles?
I love the doubles. Yes, sir. I try to shoot as many of them as I can.
I love watching the young kids, and he's in the junior category. But he reminded me. I says, "Did you take junior?" And he said, "No, sir. I was a champion." so I thought that was really cool. But I love watching the young guys shoot doubles. They appear like fearless. They have no fear, and you can tell they're just having a lot of fun. And they've got great style and form, and like Carson said here, really good timing. Us old guys, we're trying to grind it out sometimes, and it makes it look like maybe we're not having that much fun, you know.
Yes.
But remember, that's why we're here. Well, Carson, I really appreciate you giving us the time, and good luck. We still got a lot of shooting, and we got a great day today, so
Yes,
we
sir.
ought to do pretty good. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I hope so.
Okay. With that, we'll see you at Hunter Rackett.
Carry me home, sweet low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. If you get there before I do, coming for to carry me home. To all my friends, I'm coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet.
Okay, folks, we just got done with singles, and it's kind of weird, I'm starting to have an eye issue that we're addressing right now. Good friend of mine, and we shoot together all the time, Sharon Geigel, and man, let me tell you something, this gal can shoot. And you just got done with singles, right?
Mm-hmm.
She tore them up, 95?
95.
That'll put you in the hunt.
That'll put me in the hunt. It's a
Right.
good solid score.
So Sharon and I, we've been going around, we've been seeing each other a long time, and we have been at certain meets. And, you know, when you go to these meets, you'll always run into issues. And so let's talk about that. You were at one time a two-eyed shooter.
Right.
And so what made you a one-eyed shooter?
The right eye, so I'm right-handed, right-eyed. The right eye started to get weaker, and it was just a little bit. So I had gone to the optometrist,
Right.
and it was like 20/30. But that is, you know, it took me 2 years to figure out that was enough to make the left eye switch over. But he didn't know what I was
Right.
doing. And then it was finally 2 years of not shooting well,
Right.
crappy scores.
Yeah.
That I got a corrective lens for my right eye, and
And-
then start getting back. But you have
Right.
to go through 2 years.
Now, are you still a two-eyed shooter?
No, I still
went over
shoot
to one.
eye.
Okay.
That left still wants to take over.
Right. And so, see, that's what's happening to me is I'll get on the bird, go to it, and then all of a sudden, just before I shoot, my left eye switches on. I'm looking down the left side of the barrel. And then you panic and you go,
Yes.
where's the bird?
Yes.
You know. And at first I thought it was just blocking the bird out. But then all of a sudden I realized I'm looking at the left side of the gun, you know. So anyway, we'll address that. One of the things I did was start shooting just a tad bit quicker so that if I focus on that bird long enough, that's when it switches. So when I see the bird, as soon as I see it, I just get on it and shoot. Now, my timing's a little off, but it seems to be working, you know. So we'll try that on handicap today.
Well, and there's all kinds of options or methods, and I think everybody is so unique. You have to try a variety of things and see what's right for you.
Right.
I had tried a contact in my left. I had tried taping on my left, but the corrective lens in my right helped a lot. And then I just try and soften the focus in my left, and that
Right.
helps a lot. Then the other thing that creeps in that I don't think a lot of people realize is allergies.
Yep.
Remember the Claritin commercials? And
Yeah.
they have kind of this foggy image, and then
Right.
they go, take Claritin, and it's Claritin Clear, and it clears up.
Yeah.
And when you mount your gun, and sometimes it gets that
That fuzz, yeah, you get that.
Well, you've got tissue here that's pushing against sinus, and I've
Oh.
run into some shooters lately. I thought it was just me, that it was a...
No, that's been happening to me.
Right. It's sinuses, because you look out there and it's clear, and you go, oh,
Yeah.
great, and you mount your gun, and all of a sudden it's
You get this,
fog.
yeah, you get a blurry and you have to blink your eye. And,
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so, you
That's
know,
interesting.
My little pause now is to just to pause.
Yeah.
You know, mount the gun if it gets a little blurry, mount, pause, and
Blink.
and blink, and just take a little bit of just, you know, it's just
That's a good, you know, because I do have allergies and I don't take Claritin, I do that Flonase.
Right, Flonase, or
Yeah.
you know, you can do Loratadine, but there's some other shooters that I've run into that say have contacts or something. They think it's an optometry issue.
Right.
And I think if we talk to each other, we're going to find out that there's more allergy
Yeah,
issues.
yeah.
Because like right now, I can look out there and it's all clear.
Right,
So
right.
what happens between this and this?
Right.
And it took me, I don't think I figured it out till last fall, that it's like,
Well, you know, that's very interesting. So we're going to get ready for handicap. Let me ask you, what do you think when you approach the line for singles, okay, what do you think are the most important parts of shooting singles that will produce a good score?
relax, be patient, acquire the target,
Yeah,
and breathe.
there you go.
You know?
And there you have it. But what I wanted to do, get Jeff in here. He shot pretty strong, I mean, it was a strong performance with the 98, right?
Compared to the last 2 days,
That's
yeah,
right.
I'll definitely take it. I'm working the other direction, and they had some good targets out there today, and you know, I had 2 bad moves out of the day, and we ended up with the 98. But you know, all things considered, after you know the last couple days, I think that was a pretty decent performance for me.
Yeah, that was last night was quite a performance too, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah.
We're
know if
shooting
it was a
we're
good
shooting
performance
doubles.
or
Did
not.
you shoot doubles?
I shot doubles.
Was that crazy or what?
That's crazy.
Actually, I think you were on top of the ladies' women board in doubles last night,
For
weren't you?
the out-of-state ladies, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I mean, she's a star.
Tearing it up.
So, let me ask you something. Last night when we were shooting doubles in that wind, what do you normally focus on in conditions like that?
You know, the big thing was foot placement for me last night was huge, because targets were sailing just a little bit wide, and if you don't have all your fundamentals exactly correct,
Right.
you know, the chances of hitting that target it diminished greatly. So that was my big thing. I just tried to work on the basics and just go see the target and shoot
Foot
it.
position.
Hope for the best.
You know, I find with that second bird in doubles the other day, it really does work. If you consider doubles being a sporting clay shot, if you all have ever shot sporting clays, you know that at your break point, where you're breaking that bird, that's where your foot is aiming. Your lead foot, your left foot. You're right at that break point. Then you have your hold point, and then your eye hold. And somewhere between the gun hold point, you're looking at the machine. Somewhere in between there is where you want to keep your eyes. Pick the bird up, and then at the break point, your feet are pointing right at that. Well, it occurred to me that doubles is really a true pair in sporting clays. So what I started doing is pointing my lead foot at where I wanted to break that second bird. And if you guys try it, it really does work. It allows you to unwind and go into that second bird. So you might try it. I notice you use that technique too.
I do. For those of you lefties, you know you got to use the other foot.
Yeah. Yeah, but don't confuse me now. I'm getting ready to shoot handicap. Well, listen, we're going to get ready for handicap
Yeah.
again, right?
Absolutely.
And we're going to blow them up. So let's have a good round out there.
There we go.
We'll see you at the Rackett. I got to tell you, man, I am having a great time. Now, you guys know I'm having an eye issue right now. So I've kind of forgot about the scores, and I'm trying to shoot through that. My left eye is switching over. So I've found that if I'm a little more aggressive, I can stay with the right eye. So we're going to try that in handicap today and see how well that works. But hey, you guys have seen these gentlemen before. Glenn Zimmerman, Scott McIntyre, and of course you know Jeff here. And so how's it going, guys? You shot the singles? How'd it go?
It went fine. I can't complain. First time out here for me, so getting a little bit used to the background and so forth.
Yeah.
Weather's good at the moment. I heard the weather was not so good yesterday.
Yeah, I think Scott, I think we'd agree that he's the fair weather shooter in the bunch.
There we go.
The last couple of days, you guys know, we've been shooting in 40, 48 mile an hour winds. So how'd you fare, my friend?
I'm struggling with some of the same issues that you have. I had LASIK surgery and my eyes are a lot better, but I'm trying to relearn to trust what I see.
Right.
It's been a little bit of a struggle so far
Yeah.
this year.
And of course, my buddy here, he started coming back. I mean, we were struggling together the last couple of days, but he shot a pretty decent round in singles today. So I'm pretty proud of you, my friend.
Thanks.
Hey, these are brand new traps here. So we're one of the first to shoot on this field. So we're really excited about that. We have new mics, so we're not going to have that, those delayed issues, I don't think, anyway.
It was very good down here this morning.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Okay, well, we'll tune you in. We'll let you know how we do in handicap, and we're all on the same squad, so it should be a lot of fun. Don't you think, guys?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll see you at Hunter Rackett. When you say trap in New Mexico, you say Dalton and Krobosinski. These are the guys in the last 5 years, 10 years, where all the records I was looking at the record books, and I got to tell you, man, you guys are in there. I mean, they've been pretty dominant. They're all on the All-American team. They do a fantastic job. Okay, so let's talk about the last 3 days here. Been pretty challenging, hasn't it?
It has. It's been pretty windy, pretty cold, pretty rainy.
So how you been doing, Brett?
Been doing okay. The winds kind of played a challenge on the targets and everything else, but kind of trying to hang in there and keep things going. So it's been a long road, but
Yeah.
we're hanging in there. So
Well, you're in there pretty close with that HOA. I know Randy's tucked in there too. So how do you guys handle that competition? You guys are all in the same squad.
Well, lucky I like them. So. No, we've been shooting together for so long. We've always supported each other. We've
Yeah.
always cheered for each other. So we always try to get our squad to be the winning team and the winning squad, and we always cheer each other on. And,
Right.
and there's no hard feelings no matter who wins. I don't.
It's all in fun and in sport. Daddy Bear, I got to tell you, this is a great story. So yesterday I met him and I'm saying, hey, let's do an interview. And what happens is I said, so when did you realize that Brett was about to whoop you? And he looked at me and he goes, there's no way. I mean, he never has. I'm not ready to concede that. But I do know you guys go back and forth, and you're on the same squad, dad and son, and it's really a cool deal.
Yeah, we do. Yep, it's always been that way. I mean, ever since they were both of these guys. I mean, when I met Randy, he was a sub-junior, and of course, Britt was coming up, and I've got another son, Cole, that
Right.
came up through the ranks with Randy's brother, and so it's been really fun with these guys to watch them, come up through the ages, and then from there develop into, all-American shooters that they are today. I mean,
That's
they're awesome.
fantastic.
It's an honor for me just to be able to shoot with them.
Well, it's an honor for me to just, interview you guys. I mean, it's crazy. Randy, you and I shot together at the Zone last year, remember,
Colorado,
in Denver.
yeah.
And I thought, oh, wow, man, this guy, you shot with Ricky Marshall.
Yeah, I was the same age as Ricky.
Yeah.
About.
And
we
you guys-
we grew up together in the
Right.
sub-junior,
in,
junior.
in the ranks.
Yeah.
So we got a good interview with him at the spring break. It's fantastic, and I love the idea that these young, we got a lot of young shooters nowadays.
We do.
And it's really fun to watch these guys shoot doubles, and I see a little remnants of that in him when he shoots doubles. I'm not saying you're young, but these guys, we talked about that this morning, is that all these young kids, when they're shooting doubles, they're fearless. I mean, they have no fear, and they're having a lot of fun when they do it. Us old guys, we're just grinding it out, we got to hold my back, and,
Well,
things like
their thought is that, all I got to do is break the target.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other thoughts going through their mind other than that.
Exactly.
And if we had that same thought process, we'd be breaking a lot more targets too all the time, and we wouldn't be, every once in a while letting things kind of slip away. So
Exactly.
that's how they do that. They get up every morning and all they think about is, man,
Just
I'm gonna
shooting.
break every target they throw today.
Hey, they don't have the jobs and the worries and all they got to do is just break that target. And have fun. So now you guys were you a delegate last year or this year?
No, president.
President?
Association. last year.
Okay. And how about you guys? Have you
I've been
been?
a past delegate. He's been an alternate delegate.
yeah, alternate delegate.
And did you run the shoot last year? Or?
We did. Yeah.
What a great venue. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. You've got buttes, and then in the west you have mountains, and it's just incredible venue. We were talking a little bit about the slow pulse and things in the wind, 48-mile-an-hour winds. So we
Today
had.
I had the antelope running in front of us, so we had to deal with that a little bit.
I want to talk a little bit about what do you think about when you go to the handicap line? What are the most important things you need to really focus on when you're shooting handicap?
I try not to focus on anything, just try to clear my mind and shoot. Unfortunately, I'm usually thinking about work or something else,
Yeah.
and that's my problem.
And well, you shot a great score today, my friend.
Today I was
97?
able to shut everything out today. So
Yeah,
it's
that'll
pretty
be in
good.
the running, I guarantee you. How'd you do, Brett?
I had a 94 today. so-
Solid.
Yeah, so it was solid. Kind of made some bad movements here and there just because of shooting in the wind for the past 2 days. You know, you try the,
Yeah.
you're always geared up for the wind, and then you have a nice little calm
Yeah,
day
they're
today,
they
and
just floating out
they
there in
just float
front of you.
out there.
Yeah, I had the same issues. How'd Papa Bear do?
Oh, we'll just talk about these guys. We'll leave it at that. There's a few more of them got away from me today, so.
Well, you know, we've been talking about the eye issue, and they know that I've been having some eye problems, and I'm trying to, you know, work through that. And but you know, when you get older, it's amazing how your sight just starts, you know, whittling away. And
I'm dealing with that a little bit right now too. So.
yeah, and I don't know. I think after the shoot, I'm going to go right to. I've got to go to Vernal, but I got to get this taken care of one way or the other. You know, because it's just driving me insane. But in any case, you know, I really appreciate you guys taking the time. We're getting ready for doubles, and so we're gonna. What fields are you guys on?
We're on the new fields, 14 and 15.
We're on 14 too, so I'm excited about
We are
that.
too, yep.
We just shot on 12, and oh man, it's great. Brand new mics and everything is
Yeah, we
ready to
shot
go.
16, 17 in the singles this morning, and
They were gorgeous.
they were gorgeous down there.
Yep.
So Randy, when you're shooting doubles, what are the most important things you look for?
You know, there are a couple things. Number one, you know, you're talking about the eyes. You got to get your eyes in the right spot. You got to get your focus in the right spot. And you got to be ready to grab that first target,
Right.
and be able to move to the second target before that shot's even finished going off.
So
Get
that
those eyes moving.
second bird, I've been having a few issues with it. So what would you tell the people out there if they're having problems going to that second bird? What would you recommend?
Usually, if you're having problems getting to the second target, it's because your eyes didn't see it right.
Okay.
So you got to get your first shot on, and then don't move till your eye goes over and sees that second target. The swing will come by itself, but you got to get your eyes on that target. Then the swing will come. If you don't get your guys over there, then you're going to have disconnected shots. When you
Right.
get there.
Well, what do you say about that?
Well, for me, it's my setup. I mean, on my doubles, if I set up well on my first target,
Right.
my gun's still on the first target, and I see the first target well and break it well, the second target normally is automatic for me. I mean, it just seems like the eyes just go to it.
Naturally.
But if I don't set up and see that first target well,
Yeah.
the second target is about the same thing.
Okay, now for setup, are you talking about footwork and?
No, I'm talking about my gun mount.
Okay.
And it's footwork. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
footwork. It's getting everything. But my gun mount and where I hold my height of my gun and where that target comes through and I break it. If I do those things the same every time, that second target to me is just almost automatic.
I see. Okay. How about you? Doubles?
Double, same thing Randy said, you know, that,
You're the man.
yeah, getting those eyes focused, getting that soft focus, you know, up over that rib, making
Yeah.
sure you don't move that gun until you see the target. And then we've been dealing with the south wind. It's, you know, it's easy to go up over that target, but it's always important to make that little U shape.
Yeah,
You
get
know,
that
he's
little
always taught
dip.
me to make that little dip to the second target, and that's definitely important dealing with the south wind here.
Yeah,
today.
That's one of the things Ricky taught me is that, you know, a little dip. And the one thing that I found is that if you get that first bird quick enough and soon enough, it's just a natural move back to the house. If you wait too long, then it's not. You got to think about it. And
Yeah, that's really seeing that first bird clearly and breaking it. You know, because normally if you break it and you're seeing it clear, it's gonna be you're gonna break your pairs faster. I mean, but if you're not seeing that first bird and it's getting that away from you, then you're not gonna get after that second bird as quick as you need to.
right.
And you're gonna have problems.
Well, I watch you guys shoot doubles, and I mean, you want to talk about fast. These guys, it's boom, and for me, it's tick tock. For you guys, it's tick tock. Well, listen, good luck on doubles today. We do have kind of a neat announcement. You guys know we do the clinics at the Rackett. Mr. Dalton here has moved to North Platte and has agreed to come and maybe do some of our clinics for
Yeah,
us.
that'd be
So
great.
I'm really looking forward to that, my friend.
You gonna invite me?
Yep, I'll invite Randy.
Hey, and you guys, hey, listen, I have a I mean,
Do some
you
lessons,
guys
I need to come.
come down. You guys come down, shoot some trap, we'll go out and bang some birds as well. So anyway, we're excited about that. Stay tuned, and we'll see you at Hunt the Racket.